Welcome to tonight's Wall of Fame induction ceremony. This is the 13th induction ceremony for the program. We would like to thank Bureau Valley for joining us tonight. We'd also like to thank WHBF Channel 4 News for covering the games and the ceremony tonight as well. I would like to direct you to tonight's program handout. In there you can see some of the criteria for consideration for induction and also the details of our inductees this evening. At this time, we would like to welcome our past Wall of Fame honorees to the floor on the south end so they may welcome the new inductees. This includes these Wall of Fame teams. Football teams of 1955, 1966, 1969, 1974, 1983 and 1993. Basketball teams of 1948, 1956, 1958, 1962, 1963, 1984 and 1995. The 1994 track team and the 1974 volleyball team. Also, the following Wall of Fame individuals in attendance tonight. From the class of 2014, Keith Linus, who is already out at midcourt. From the class of 2010, Ryan Smith. From the class of 2008, John Smith. And the late Wayne Troline, represented by his daughter Janet. From the class of 2006, Mike Lucas. From the class of 2005, Brad Hewlett and Louie Nelson. From the class of 2004, Bob Lewin. And if there's anybody that's missed, please come down to the floor at this time as well. And from our inaugural class of 2003, Rich Falk. A special note of congratulations to our very own Rich Falk tonight, as he has been slated for induction into the Northwestern University Sports Hall of Fame coming up on January 4th of 2015. The ceremony will take place during halftime of the Northwestern-Wisconsin game. Congratulations, Rich. Tonight's induction includes 3 teams and 3 individuals. Our first group of inductees is considered one of the greatest basketball teams to come through the halls of GHS. This team went on a 19-game winning streak on their campaign to a Blackhawk Conference championship with an overall record of 25-4, a conference record of 17-1. They went on to capture the regional championship and finish their season as sectional finalists. Along the way, they averaged 75 points a game, while defensively only giving up 52 points. In the program, you can see several team members who picked up individual accolades on the team as well. Please welcome for induction the coaches, managers, and players of the 1963-64 Wildcats basketball team. They include posthumously head coach Don Vanderstick, represented by his daughter Robin. Also, assistant coach and 2004 Wall of Fame inductee Dale Collis. The late Rick Appel, who is represented by his daughter Mary Niche. Marcy Niche. Raymond Boston. John Cooter. Bill Clay. Bob Lewin. represented by Roger Manning. Jerry Smith. The Lake Bob Shields, represented by Terry Shields. And Mike Sparrow. Other members of the team who could not be here or have moved on include Terry Rayleigh, Murray Grieve, Harold and Stan Hall, Dennis Lewin, Rich Miller, Joe Rayleigh. It's hard to believe that it has already been 20 years for our second team being inducted tonight. They won more and went farther than any other football team in school history. They finished with a record of 10-2 and a conference record of 6-1. They were co-champions of the Lincoln Trail Conference and avenged their only loss in the conference by defeating Wethersfield 46-8 in the first round of the playoffs. Collecting the most wins in school history, they made it to the Elite 8 IHSA 1A football playoffs, falling to then undefeated and eventual state champion Sterling Newman. During the season, they were ranked as high as number 5 in the state by the Associated Press. They averaged 25.9 points a game and held opponents to just 6.2 points per game. They recorded 6 shutouts, scored over 30 points 3 times, and several members earned individual honors that you can see in the program. Please welcome for induction the members of that 1994 football team in attendance tonight. Unfortunately, head coach Andy Bullock could not be here. We will read some words from him in the reception. But who is here tonight? Assistant coach Rich DeShepard. Players Nick Anderson. Ryan Dennison. Wall of Fame inductee Kevin Gale. 2014 inductee Craig Gale. Derek Wilson. Andy Headley. Todd Hillen. Matt Lee. Lyman Patty. Colin Sloan. Jason Stone. Andy Linus, who is not here tonight, something for him is his father Keith already in the court. And 2012 Hall of Fame inductee Ben Varner. Unable to attend tonight include Jeremy Buttram, Lee Craig, Kyle Gale, John Graffelman, Greg Haga, Ryan Holmes, Tony Interior, Andy Linus, Jamie Morris, Josh Sal, Craig Townsend, Andy Williams, Brian Wilson, Ed Van de Sample, and trainers Crystal Riley and Nicole Robertson. Our final team inductees accomplished something no other women's team has done previously or has done today. They had the second most wins for women's basketball in school history, racking up 16 wins throughout a campaign filled with stiff competition. They finished their season in spectacular fashion, defeating both Wethersfield and Kewanee to capture the Lady Cats' only regional championship in school history. Please welcome for induction the coaches, manager, and players of the 2002-2003 Lady Wildcats team. Head coach Paul Lieber. Trainer Adam Andreessen. Players Brittany Murray Carlson being represented tonight by her mother Sharon Murray. Anna Olson. Rachel Rogers Fuller. Jessica McFarland Woods. Elizabeth Wright Johnston. Heather Wright Anderson. And 2009 WOF inductee Kelly Volker Carter. Other members of the Lady Cats Enabled Leader tonight include Paula Aruda, Abby Hathaway Segura, Monica Rogers, Hillary Sloud Rubeck. Our next inductee was the eagle eye through the lens of countless games. He served as athletics videographer for 37 years from 1955 to 92. Please welcome a real friend to the program from the class of 1956, Lowell Thuline. Our next inductee found success in several sports, earning 9 varsity letters with 4 in track, 3 in football, and 2 in basketball. In football, he was a 2-time Quad City Times All-Western Illinois selection. He earned Chicago Daily News Honorable Mention All-State, averaged 7.2 yards per carry during his senior year, and was the second leading scorer in conference as a senior and 4th as a junior. As a starter for the undefeated 69 football team, he received special mention for small schools from the Illinois Prep Sports Special. Track is where he really shined as he set 2 GHS track records. In the 180-yard low hurdles with 20.3 seconds and 120-yard high hurdles at 14.8 seconds. He became a state qualifier in both hurdle events and was the conference champion in both hurdle events his junior and senior years both. He also anchored the conference champion mile relay team. Other accolades included being named to the Star Courier Track Honor Roll meet as a sophomore, junior, and senior, where he captured first place in the high and low hurdles, setting those meet records. Please welcome for induction from the class of 1972, Alan Troline. Our final inductee started off her career playing junior tackle football with the boys. Eventually, she became one of the most accomplished female athletes in school history, earning a total of 13 varsity letters. In volleyball, she was named Academic All-Conference 2 years and an All-Conference Honorable Mention. In basketball, she was named Academic All-Conference 2 years, first team All-Conference her senior year and second team as a junior. She was named Honorable Mention All-Western Illinois and was the team's top team rebounder and scorer for 2 years running. In softball, she was the varsity team captain even as early as a sophomore. She anchored the squad with a team high batting average for 3 years and was named first team All-Conference in her senior season. Despite all these accomplishments, it was track and specifically discus where she shined. She earned a 6th place finish at the state meet in the discus with a throw of 121 and 9 inches. Along that road to state, she took first place at sectionals, earned first place at the Peoria Journal-Star Honor Roll meet, was a 4-year state qualifier and a 3-time Lincoln Trail Conference champion. She is the varsity school record holder with a throw of 126 feet 6 inches, and as an underclassman set the LTC Fresh Soft Discus record. Please welcome for induction, from the class of 2008, Harley Johnston. Congratulations to all of our inductees tonight. This concludes tonight's ceremony. We ask that all new inductees please make their way to the library for pictures. After tonight's game, everyone is invited to a reception in the cafeteria to hear from, meet and greet both old and new members of the Wall of Fame. The reception is hosted by the Athletic Booster Club. During your time here tonight, please take a minute to look at the plaques in the hallway of all Wall welcome tonight to our current Lady Wildcats.
Quite a bit out there today. Again.
It sounded like it, and we haven't been by, so.
I haven't either. I left.
Yeah.
He had only been working about.
Yeah.
That's all right. Try this kind of a combination of what we did last year. The first 11 times I think we've done this, we've had just the walkout during the ceremony between the ball games. Last year, because of bad weather, we just had the induction ceremony and it gave the inductees an opportunity to speak. And we